So the first time I voted for Margaret Thatcher.
Really?
Okay, yeah. And the reason sorry,
that's fine.
And the reason I voted for Margaret Thatcher is because I was SWP, and we all got together in Newcastle University Students' Union, and we decided the only way to bring Kalashnikovs to Glasgow Dockers was actually for things to get worse.
Oh, I see.
And I'm begging your
So it's
pardon.
like a
Acceleration.
Only before things could get worse, and of course Thatcher was going to make things worse. So the first time I cast my vote, I voted Tory.
I see, okay.
You ushered in 18 years! 18 years!
So you've really vacillated on this, because you voted Tory last time as well, didn't you? So
Well, I voted Tory the first time I voted, and I voted Tory last time as well.
To deliver Brexit.
I voted because I'm a Brexiter.
But do you still, not that I want to get into Brexit, because I would think that would be the single worst topic, but do you have the sort of left-wing analysis of the EU that Corbyn sort of quietly has?
Exactly right. Tony. So I used to know Tony Bennett a bit. I was mates with him, and I was always gobsmacked that the left, when this conversation started to have, and I was writing at The Guardian at the time, when the conversation started to have about the EU, and I was going, what? You think I couldn't quite believe there were all these people I knew were left wing who were suddenly saying remaining things.
They seem to think that the free movement of people seen as a sort of a benevolent distribution of opportunity and liberty to people, rather than regarding people as economic units to be moved around.
I thought it was just a businessman's club. I thought the EU was just a businessman's club, and it was. I wasn't that bothered. I mean, I've become much more bothered about it, but I wasn't that bothered by national identity and things like that, but I'm more bothered about that.
But just to go back, I do think it's interesting, because what you said is exactly the same as what I said. Who you are and where you grew up with at the time, and you're a little bit older than me by the sound of it, because you had a vote in 1979, I was 14. But, you know, it's hard to kind of like create your own narrative, isn't it? You're enveloped in a situation.
Right.
I think anyone who lived through the Thatcher years more than any other time, you know, it was very difficult to form your own opinion.
Yeah, because you're saying that you can't even think objectively about it.
Yeah.
Because you're too.
Even now.
Even however more right wing, I've got more and more right wing, and the more right wing I get, I voted Tory last time and so forth. But if you mention the word Thatcher, my critical faculties disappear, and I go.
What about the?
And I nearly did her funeral, because I would have been. So, I mean, if I hadn't left St Paul's Cathedral,
that's
I would
not a
probably,
Mossad way of saying an assassination.
If I hadn't been, so she her funeral was at St Paul's Cathedral. If I hadn't resigned over the Occupied thing, I would have been there.
How would you have coped?
Really?
Wow. You would have been seething.
Like, I would have absolutely done it, and I would have been terribly professional about it. But I'm quite glad.
No dancing.
I'm quite glad that I wasn't put in that situation. Right.